3, 2. All right, everyone. Hello. How are you guys? All good here, more or less. Still in lockdown. We got some, we've been in the last week we had some progress here in Italy, and we have the curve is lowering, and so the situation is a little bit better, a little bit less restriction. So it's cool, and So thank you for. Oh, sorry. Oh, same story every time. I have like 50 feedbacks, 50 down. All right. Give me a second. I fix all this. Yeah, now it works, everything. And so this is the 7th episode of the Saturday Night Lockdown. Thank you for following us. The last episode was great. Just let me know how you're doing in all the different countries. I already see people from Russia, West Midlands. I've seen people from Brazil. So on our Facebook page or on Nuclear Blast YouTube channel, wherever you like, you come, write, ask whatever you want, and we'll be more than pleased to answer you. And so today we have two great guests, Jonas from KATATONIA and Merel from DEAR Mother. She has this new band, and she's also in MAYAN. So it's going to be super, super fun. And for me, it's great to have one of the best metal singer ever together with me today. I've seen already people commenting that he is one of the best singer in his genre. But I think that the quality of his singing goes behind. It's more than just the best singer of his genre. Also, what genre? He's a pioneer of many genres. I think they had like death metal, gothic, progressive metal. It's hard to define. So people, please welcome Jonas from KATATONIA. Hi, Jonas.
Hello. Hi.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
So you live in Stockholm, right?
Yes, I do.
And how is it there?
It's all right at the moment. We don't have the same strict lockdowns as most countries in Europe has had. So we have managed to have some kind of resembling normal life, at least. We've been able to rehearse a little bit and but we still try to keep the social distancing and everything. But it's already in our DNA, so it's not a problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, like I've seen that still Sweden has been hit very much by coronavirus anyway. You had a pretty high death toll as well.
Yeah. Yes.
So
unfortunately.
Yeah, but at least you are managing this without all these heavy restrictions that we, for example, have. Like as I said before, it's just 1 week with that we are kind of allowed to go out jogging or stuff like that. There's nothing like practice in the same room or stuff like that yet. We're gonna have some more. Yeah, they're gonna lower these restrictions a little bit more. I think in the next few weeks, maybe June is going to be more or less okay, but I have no idea.
No.
This just a little bit scared about the second wave right now.
Exactly. Yeah, we don't know anything about that. It could come or it couldn't. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, so that's why I'm sitting here. I just trust the people that know a little bit more about these things. So I just follow the regulations pretty much. But hopefully, I mean, for all of us, I think everyone in the world wants this shit to go away as soon as possible. Yeah. So let's hope for the best.
Yeah, let's hope for the best. Absolutely. Yeah. I think that they are kind of restarting, especially this week. We've seen like many countries saying that they are finding a way to define like rules or let's say rules for all the clubs to make it work, like live shows. I mean, like, so maybe we're gonna be back on tour maybe sooner than what expected. I don't know, because of these restrictions. What do you think? What's your feeling about this? Like performing in a club that has like this kind of restrictions, for example, like a limitation of people inside or social distancing, which is weird in a metal show, you know?
Yeah, I wouldn't feel probably comfortable doing it in the beginning, at least, because I mean, if you play, you want the club to be packed and sweaty, and you know, that's probably not good from the view of you know, trying to cope with the disease. But you know, to have a half-filled room, I mean, we played to half-filled rooms before, but
yeah,
you know, that would be a weird feeling, I think. I'm not sure I would, you know, get used to that.
I think that what is going to miss the most is going to be like the chemistry that there is between people, listeners, and so I think this is going to affect the energy of the show somehow.
Totally.
But still, you know, it's better than maybe performing live streaming or stuff like that, which is what we have right now.
Yeah. I'd rather go on you know, a tour where there would be less people in the crowds than doing the stream thing. But you know, we have to try to adapt to any situation, I guess. We're all losers in this game.
Yeah. Of course, yes, but I don't know. It's so unpredictable, and yes, like you. It's very hard to find what's the how would you say, like, it's very hard to find a way to make it work without changing completely, you know, what you do as an artist. You know, it's it's super complicated. And I really appreciated that you did like the live streaming. It's something that we were thinking of doing, something like that. We have an issue right now because our drummer is he lives in Austria, so we are not allowed to travel between countries. But actually, right now we're not allowed to travel between regions. But I think this is gonna be better in June. So we were thinking of doing something like that. So I already seen a guy asking, Paul, how was it making the live streamed concert? Will KATATONIA consider doing that in the future again? Because it was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it turned out pretty good. We didn't know at all what to expect from it because it was the first time for us. And it's also a very strange setting for a rock band to be doing that. And but, you know, once we got started and we got sort of getting into the vibe, I think it turned out really good. So, you know, if we have to do it again, I wouldn't mind, you know. I, of course, hope that things will get better in the real, you know, live situation. But if this situation is going to last, I think, you know, that's one of the better options to do it like that. So definitely, I wouldn't mind do it again if needed, you know.
Yeah. What are your plans? Of course, no festivals, because all the festivals are postponed to the next year. But you had a tour, or like European or US tour planned for, still not canceled, or you already canceled all the gigs?
We didn't have any tours that were actually booked, luckily, but we had a lot of festival dates that are, of course, now,
gone for the next year.
Yeah, but we were gonna tour. We were talking about touring Australia and the US in the fall. That's probably not gonna happen now. So, but at least they weren't actually booked, so we didn't lose a lot of money on that. But the festival tours, of course, you lose a lot of income, and a lot of flights had already been paid and stuff like that. So right now,
I feel you. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I know. But right now we're actually rehearsing stuff that we haven't touched for a long time, because we feel that now that we have the time to do stuff like that, there's nothing on the horizon at the moment, so we might as well just get the feels for some old songs or untouched songs to get it going in the live repertoire, or just to have something to do.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's what we have right now. So yeah, maybe if you are planning to do more than one live streaming, it makes sense to like change songs and offer something different from time to time. Yeah,
of course.
That's what we were discussing like earlier today, when we got this incredible news that in Italy from the 3rd of June we're going to be allowed to travel between regions and maybe have our drummer flying in, which is a cool thing.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about this because I know that you just released an album, See the Burials. Okay. Yeah. First of all, it's an awesome album.
Thank you.
And I really loved Lacquer and the other, like all the singles. It's very cool.
Thank you.
You're welcome. No problem. But I felt like, okay, if it was so tough for us to just interrupt the promotion of an album, I cannot imagine how it is to release an album in this age. So did you ever thought to postpone the album release because of this, or otherwise you thought, okay, everything is ready? Because I want to explain to people, like when you see an album coming out, there is a lot of work, a lot of preparation. You deliver the files months before promotion, a lot of investment by the label, by the band. So it's not that easy to say, okay, let's postpone this. But maybe you had time to think about it. I don't know. What was for you? What happened?
We actually had the option from our record label. They wanted to postpone it to July.
Okay.
But they said that we could choose, and we felt, the situation might be a little bit better in July, but still, we had a lot of people that pre-ordered the record. We didn't want to let them down, saying like, oh, you won't get it when we said you would get it. And also thinking that in these times when people are quarantined and all that, music is something that you would want to have, and it's comfort in strange times. So we thought, let's release the album as it was decided, and just make the best out of it, So I don't know if we did the right thing, but I feel for the audience it was the right thing. Maybe not from a promotional point of view, but still, I think, the music is what counts. And if this album is not selling as many copies as one would expect, it's the sign of the times. It's nothing we can do about it.
Yeah. It's a consequence.
Yeah.
But, and sometimes it's totally unpredictable. Maybe, we didn't have the coronavirus, and then something else happened. I think by now that the industry is totally unpredictable. Things change for us so many times in the last few years, and you've been on the road much longer than me, and you know better than me how it works. Is totally chaotic, and right now the only feeling that I have is that it's very hard for the scene, which is populated of really almost unknown bands, so like the metal crowd is made by these unknown musicians, and I'm scared because I think that this can affect the desire of these people to go on playing, or maybe the other way around. Maybe they are gonna have like more time. They're gonna invest more time into this. It's so unpredictable. So even the album sales, let's say, okay, we're not going on tour, and this is definitely affect the capacity of rich people directly. I come to your place and I bring the album and I sell copies. Of course, this is not happening, but at the same time, music is much needed, especially now. So I think people are gonna go on supporting this. I was reading this question, which contains like a great, a very cool thing by this guy or girl, I don't know, Bibi, is what do you think about people not asking for their tickets to be refunded to support a festival? I guess that all musicians and all festivals, everyone in the industry that got this, that sold tickets or pre-orders or VIP experiences, whatever, it's everyone is thankful. It's a form of support right now to leave this money to people, so
definitely. I mean, if someone won't ask for a refund and rather go to the festival next year instead, I think that's great for the festival, first of all, because they otherwise lose a lot of money, but also for the bands that, I mean, for all the festivals that we had to cancel this year, we try as much as possible to play them next year if possible, so I think if you have a ticket and the festival is offering you to come back next year, I think that's a great way of supporting music.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially because as we were discussing, as we were saying before, there is a lot of investment up front, and all the festivals did. Many of the festivals already did this investment. So they have to cover, and still, it's there's it's complicated, but we will make we will make it.
Of course.
I'm seeing a lot of people saying hi from Costa Rica, Brazil, Ukraine, Russia, France. What's the there is also Nuclear Blast Records asking, hey Jonas, who or what inspired you to become a vocalist?
I didn't want to do vocals from the beginning, but I think because I was writing lyrics, I had to do the vocals as well. So I wasn't really inspired in the beginning because I didn't think I had the qualities to do vocals.
Come on.
Neither I've practiced.
Come on.
But it wasn't my first choice. I wanted to be a drummer when I was younger. But since I wrote the lyrics, I had to.
It's the total opposite of my career, I wanted to be a vocalist, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh fuck, we need a drummer. Okay, I sacrificed myself, but now I'm free.
Yeah, finally.
Finally free.
Yeah.
So it's a weird story. It just happened to become the best vocalist of your own genre. Yeah. I mean, like, maybe I can sing, and then you become the best one.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome, man. It's a fact.
Cool. I like that.
I really loved also the way Jacob, worked on your voice in the last album. Like,
Yeah.
I loved it. Like the last time we met, it was in Denmark.
Yeah.
We're playing in Aarhus, and this guy with the producer Jacob Bansen came visit. And you were actually finishing the recording, and you were doing vocals, or maybe you're still writing.
No, it was the mixing we did.
Mixing already. Yeah. So I really loved it. I really love the sound. Are you happy with the sound?
Very, very happy.
Yeah,
I think it's great.
And can you confirm that Jacob is one of the nicest dude in the world? Like, I love him.
Yeah, he's a great guy. He's very easygoing, friendly, heart of gold. Very nice guy. And also, of course, a wizard with his, the sound and everything. He's got good ears. Everything you could ask for, really, from a mixer guy or a producer guy.
Mm-hmm. And what, like, here I'm reading another interesting question about how we sustain all this as bands. A lot of people are using like Patreons and stuff like that, like crowdfunding campaign. What's the feeling of this? Because this guy or girl still, you have a lot of girls.
Yeah.
A lot of girls asking. Okay, so KATATONIA don't use platform Patreon. I saw some bands using the Patreon thing to make money or to, carry on in this time. So what's your feeling about this? Do you think you're gonna ever use something like this, or you're gonna try different options?
I don't know yet. We haven't really talked about it just yet. I mean, we did a live stream, which is in one way a way to get some money when you can't do any money otherwise. So
is that like a ticket? It was with a ticket or just like a donation thing?
No, it was a ticket. It cost like 10 euros. Yeah.
So it's super cheap though.
Yeah, it's pretty cheap, and we wanted to be available for most people if they want to pay a small fee. I mean, we're not getting all of that money, of course, but at least it's something. We haven't really discussed doing a Patreon thing yet, but it depends on what the situation's going to be like in a few months or half a year or something.
What's your expectation? Like, more or less, I know that you don't have, like, as me, we have no idea, but no. Maybe but I already, like, as I said, until last week, it was disastrous. Like, every time I was talking to the manager or every time I was talking to the label or the booker, everyone was like, oh, it's going to last 5 years. Yeah. Something like that. Now, in 7 days, everything kind of changed. I think that I read that some bands in the United States are going to restart going on tour pretty much soon. They are downgrading the clubs, but still stuff is happening. So maybe what are your expectations about this?
I don't know. I mean, I think you could actually do something like that. When they do more tests on people, maybe you can have like a gold card that you don't have the disease, and then you're free to go wherever you want. I don't know. But if they start doing smaller scale concerts, I think maybe that could kick in the fall or something. Mm-hmm. I would love to be back full time, like early next year. But as I said, we don't know shit because we're just musicians,
Yeah,
we're not scientists.
No. I told you that, like, my feeling is that from the next year it's gonna restart more or less with this downgraded shows, and I'm pretty scared about the United States, to be honest, because there is the insurance problem there. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, if you get that there for a European guy, it's gonna be like disaster.
Yeah, totally.
Because they're like the insurance that we do for traveling are not covering, at least so far, they're not covering at all this COVID-19 thing. But I think they are going to extend their coverage to this unless like almost nobody can fly there and work there. I mean, we still have visa, and it's just a huge waste of money to not going there before it expire. And at the same time, I'm feeling like, okay, I go there on tour and then I get it there. It's like,
yeah, that would be horrible. Totally. I mean, that's gonna eat up the whole tour budget just to get you.
You just do, for one man.
Yeah,
for one. Like
person.
Imagine like a tour party, like 12 people, all sick. Like
that's the next album budget gone.
yeah. This is cool. How did you prepare vocally for this new album? And in general, how would you train your vocals? What you do for?
I didn't prepare that much actually, but I did something different for me because I recorded all the vocals in my home, in my small home studio, because I wanted to try that. I've got some tips from other people to do it because it saves you a lot of pressure. I mean, if you're doing vocals in an expensive studio, you know, the time is ticking, money's ticking. The record engineer wants to go home at certain times. So I thought, you know, doing it in my own home was going to relieve me of some pressure. And it did. I think it worked out really well. I felt much more comfortable, relaxed. Absolutely. I could sing whenever I had the vibe. And when I didn't have the vibe, I didn't have to sing, you know. So that was a big game changer for me, at least.
Yeah, especially for your style. I think that one of the most important thing is to kind of deliver the feelings, you know, that you have. Like it's all about that. And still, for my style, for example, it's a little bit more, I wouldn't say easier, but yeah, I would say easier because it's the style itself is a little bit more confusing. So it's not, but with like very clean vocals and very some melancholic lines and whatever, you know. I think to touch the heart of people, it's also about the performance, you know. And it's very like I have to scream, and it's very easy for me to get angry. So it's like, you know, even if I'm in the studio for 3 hours, it's like, oh, fuck you. And then I go and sing it, and it's the best. But it's a little bit different for your style, I guess, that you have to find the right mood to do it properly.
And also get sad instead.
Yeah. All right. So, like weird countries, adding from Iran, Bolivia, and say hello to Jonas from Iran, Tehran.
That's great.
I did it. Great singers. Saludos de Colombia, Panama, from all over the world. Would you consider doing festival cruises like 70 Tons again? I've seen that they're not canceling that one, but are you scared to do something like that, to be in a boat with all the people before the vaccine?
I would maybe not go there right now, but you know, we've done that before. I think it's a funny thing to do. So once the world is back to normal, I wouldn't mind going back on a boat, you know. It's quite fun to do it. It's maybe not my preferred, you know, on the pool deck and all that, but you know, you can still rock out a bit.
All right. So there's also a lot of questions about how you balance the time between the two bands, you know.
It's usually not a problem at all, because once we do KATATONIA is the main band always, and once we do that, it's going to be focused on that 100%. Bloodbath is something that we do when we have the time, you know, because every band member is busy with their own stuff. Most of the time, with Martin's playing with Opeth, Nick's doing Paradise Lost, me and Anders doing the KATATONIA stuff. So it's just something that we squeeze in when everybody has a little bit of time, and it's.
Yeah, I always had this perception that it's like an all-star band that you do like together, like.
Yeah, I mean.
All-star of that style.
Yeah.
Like it's death metal, but still, you know, it's a different style, but still, like a lot of people that have this that were like death metalers at the very beginning. So
everybody was, of course. That's where we, that's where we come from. That's the kind of music that made us want to do our own music in the first place. I think it speaks for everyone, and to be able to do that as a little break from our main bands, I think that's, you know, it's very healthy musically. So it's not a problem to keep the bands apart or even, you know, make it happen at the same time. We've done a few festivals where we did both bands, and, you know, it works out. It's not a problem.
So, as you see, easy. Not for me. For me, it was complicated. You know, I'm that type of guy that can focus like 100% on one thing, and I had other bands, other experience that are crazy, that are super cool, but still, it's more like a hobby thing. It's not for collaboration. It's not something that I really can bring to the next level. I don't know. Yeah, it's this is a very technical question. We can go quick to this. What type of mic did you use probably for the last record? It's
a Neumann U87, I think.
Neumann
U87. Jakob demanded that mic, so I had to get it.
Yeah. So, what's your personally favorite track from the new album?
It's been changing a bit because, I mean, I don't listen to the album that much when it's finished, but I had a few listens, the past few weeks when we were rehearsing and the album was released. And I think the song Rain is one of my favorites. The song Untrodden I like very much as well.
Cool. And what are the artists that you are currently listening to right now? There's a lot of time now for listening to music.
Yeah, I do listen to a lot of music, but I mix it up a lot. I'm listening now a bit to, it's a Norwegian progressive band called Needlepoint. I think they're genius. I listen to a lot of stuff that the kind of home music that I like to listen to when I'm just walking around in my home. Paul Simon, I think he's a great songwriter, and he's got a beautiful voice. And I listen to some, old metal that I grew up listening to, like Morbid Angel.
I'm a big fan. So, that's...
Same here.
Yeah, of course. I mean, like everyone that loves metal should be, but yes, I mean, this type of music, this stuff is it's forever, and you grow up growing up. I really I finally see what was essential for me. I don't know if it were for you as well, but 10 years ago, I was all death metal, all thrash metal, like everything, all the time, like so many bands. And now when I listen to death metal, I go straight to that band, or I go straight to the other band. So for me, it's that band or that voice or that guitar player is essential. And so time will tell which are the real favorite bands that you have, guys.
I totally agree. I mean, you can do the cherry picking now. When you were younger and when you got into the music, that kind of music, you wanted to hear all bands, any death metal band, I would be into it because it was new and it was so exciting. But now when you're older, you know exactly where to go when you want to hear your favorite music, like, yeah, Morbid Angel, for instance. It's the classic stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you listen to Morbid Angel while you're working around your house. But what you do at home right now? What are your hobbies? Do you have something that you like to do, or you don't have anything? Like a lot of people like video games or stuff like that. For example, I have no clue of this stuff.
No, I don't do that. I've got 3 kids, so that takes up a lot of time, and the rest of the time I try to be a bit creative, try to write some music, and also I'm preparing stuff for. We're doing rehearsals, as I said earlier, and some of the songs that we have done in the past didn't have like the keyboards from the albums.
Okay.
When we play them live, so I'm trying to do some backtracks for that, and just keeping myself busy with the music and the creative stuff.
Yeah, and how it works with your kids? Like they are doing a school from home, or for example, my kid has to stay home and they have like this Skype lessons every day.
Yeah,
they are doing. Is that the same for your kids as well, or they're allowed to go to school?
Yeah, the younger ones can go to school, but the older ones that go to I don't know even what it's called, but it's. My oldest is 17, so he can't go to school, but he's doing the online stuff. But the younger ones can go to school, no problem.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Is he playing something?
No.
No.
No one is. No.
No one.
No.
They see you and they say, "Oh fuck, no, I don't want to be a musician."
Yeah, exactly. They see.
Yeah. And I'm not pushing at all, especially now that there's all this, like as a father, everything is totally unpredictable. If my kid comes to me and say, "Okay, Papa, I want to be a drummer," it's like, okay, oh, cool.
Yeah.
Here's a football, is a soccer ball. Do you want to try? It's like,
yeah, that's a much better career.
More like that, yeah.
Yeah.
What were the last shows you played before everything started and get shut down? I think that did you play some shows between the end of the recordings and the lockdown, or you just we did 3 shows in Turkey by the end of January. Okay. And then we did actually a show in Greece by the end of February. It was just before the whole virus thing became the pandemic thing, So that was the last show, I think, just before March, which is not that long ago, but it feels like a year ago already because the situation is so different and so weird. I mean, just being at home for 3 months, it feels like a year, at least to me. Yeah. Looks like longer than it is, maybe.
Yeah.
But okay. Especially for people that are used to travel all day, like all the years, it's a little bit more. Yeah. But yes. What are the bands that influence the Katatonia sound?
It depends on what Katatonia sound you're talking about, but yeah, I mean, we've been around for almost 30 years. So naturally, the stuff that we listened to when we started the band is not going to be what inspires us today. But we always, when we started out, Paradise Lost was our favorite band. Candlemass,
more like Doom.
Yeah, Doom. Yeah. Kind of some black metal stuff in there as well. But as time, goes on, you pick up inspiration from all kinds of music, I would say. The Cure was something that we listened to a lot. which I think affected our sound greatly. Also, Fields of the Nephilim, those kind of bands. And today, it's just a mix of all the stuff that we ever liked, pretty much.
Yeah. And all this evolution, like, are you, like, of course you're proud of the evolution of the band, but how hard was for you while, evolving as a band? It's a question that I want to ask, because sometimes I feel like I'm not saying I'm frustrated by this, but it's very tough to explain to people that I do believe that honest artists, unless you are like really into what you've done, and no, let me rephrase this. It's complicated to explain. I mean, like, all the bands have an evolution, okay? Some of these bands, the evolution is so light, that you cannot even tell,
Yeah.
But still, you have maybe in the sound or the content, like lyrics or whatever. Some other bands are changing that so much, like, and we are that kind of band that explore like all the time, and this leads you so far away from where you started, and it's hard to make people understand that this is the only honest way to make music for real, and it's frustrating when they say that whatever you're doing now is too far away from what you started, so it's perceived like a sellout or whatever, and it's so hard. So like, how was for you, like, through the years, when you change your style or whatever, how is that hard, or you just didn't give a fuck, and which is mainly what we are doing right now. We just don't care, But it's still frustrating, because you, as an artist, you have this kind of need to please the people, So like,
yeah, of course, yeah. It's a balanced thing. I mean, I think with every new album that we release, some people will be disappointed, and it's not something that you can do anything about, because at least for the kind of bands that we are, that need to be kind of creative and, try to broaden our horizons within music, we will have to move on. It's not been super hard. I wouldn't say that, because with every album that we have done, we've been very content with what we're doing. It's not like we've been wavering or doubting our work. We always thought that this is the way this album is going to sound. So it's meant to be, But at the same time, I get people's point, because, I wouldn't want a band like AC/DC to go sounding like Pink Floyd all of a sudden. So it's a fine line, It's a balance you have to consider. I think so, yeah. And Motorhead as well, It's some bands are they should stay the same, but some bands could, move around.
Or maybe they are, as I said, they are changing and we don't know.
Yeah.
Like Iron Maiden, they are changing, but maybe the change is so small, that I don't know. It's I have no idea, but
it's hard.
Okay, let's go to lighter stuff. Did you like the caricature that Abby did for you, like for the flyer, the design?
Oh yeah, it was great, beautiful.
Yeah, this I always take a minute to promote her, because she's a super cool artist. She helped us for all the flyers so far.
Yeah.
As I said, this is the 7th episode of this podcast, which is incredible. And I don't know how is that possible, but still, it's great that she still helps us with this. And so if you want to support her, she's a super young artist, and she drew Jonas and Merel this time. you can go to www.patreon.com/AbbyStabbyArt, and you can donate, support her, or you can, ask her to draw your own caricature, whatever you like. So just go there and support new, very young artist. She lives in UK. So that's super cool. I've seen other people asking very interesting questions. We can go, it's already 45 minutes we are together, so we can spend maybe 5 minutes more.
Sure.
Okay with that? Okay, sure. Cool. So what's the meaning of the new artwork? If you have a very quick answer. It might be hard to.
Yeah. It's mainly a figure that we invented. The guy on the cover, he's someone that is like a memory maker. He takes away people's memory and makes them memories to make things that happen to you become the past instead of the present. And that's kind of a dark theme, because memories are, I think, for all of us, it's something delicate. I mean, it could be a happy memory or it could be a sad memory, but the things that they have in common is that they are dead. It's something in the past, and that's the figure on the cover, the Dead End King, as we call him.
Okay. This other guy asking, if you could be sharing the stage with an artist singing along with him, who would it be and why? That's cool.
Yeah.
That's a cool question.
Yeah. I have a lot of people that I would love to work with, but, I would say at this point, I would love to sing with Robert Smith from The Cure. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, that would be a dream.
Did you like the Behemoth cover of The Cure that just released? Did you check them out?
I haven't checked it. No.
Yeah.
I will. Yeah.
So they just released it 3 days ago, something like that.
Okay.
Question to Jonas: what does the tattoos on your hands and arms say? If it's possible, if it's not too private to say.
No, it's not private. It's just lyrics from one of my favorite bands, Autopsy.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's some death metal stuff going on there.
Yeah, in the blood.
Yeah.
Spill a little bit of death metal in the blood. And there are many other questions about, of course, new Katatonia. I think that you already made several interviews. So if you have questions about the new album, City Burials, you can go and check all this stuff in these interviews, because I don't want to ask you over and over the same stuff.
Yeah.
What is the symbolism of birds on the previous album covers, for example?
I mean, the bird is something that we've used for a long time, and we always said to us it represents both freedom and death in a way, because it's like an omen sign for death in many cultures, but it's also a sign of freedom. So it's suitable for Katatonia. We're free but dying.
Awesome. So it's a very melancholic perspective of the thing.
Yeah.
But, I love it. Yeah. Okay, that's cool. So I try to read as much as possible on YouTube. It's been a little bit harder to read all the questions on Facebook. I've got complaints. Because this guy is not interested in is not listening to his guest answer. It's it's not just I don't know what's the perception of people of the people of all this show, but the whole thing is made by me and Francesco, the keyboard player of FLESHGOD, with the help of Mike from Nuclear Blast to stream it, and it's basically us with 50 screens try to make it work. For example, at the beginning of this episode, I've been fucked up with all the fucking feedbacks. And so we are still tuning. We are still trying to
I think
make
you're
it
doing
work.
great.
And also, I wanted to let people know that they can hear while doing other stuff, which is a great ability. Yeah, I know it's pretty hard, but
you're doing a great job.
Like
great job.
listening is it's one of the basics to become a musician.
Yeah,
Is that right?
Totally.
So yeah, all right. This guy said that you really don't have a rapper's face.
What was that?
Yeah, it's a Slayer Thrasher, which is somebody that commented said that you don't have you don't have a raper, but they said rapper. So I thought it's like yeah. All right, that's cool. Thank you very much. So
Thank you.
I was I was looking for Merel, which with the next guest today. I see his couch, but I don't see her. So yeah, she's coming.
Yeah.
Right. So she just launched a new band called Dear Mother. We're gonna discuss about this with her, of course. And so, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Merel from Dear Mother and MAYAN.
Hello.
Hello. How are you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
We're good. We're good. I was just saying goodbye to Jonas, who was like a great guest. Thank you very much for the time, man.
Cheers.
And let's do it again sometimes in the future. What do you think?
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, we are plenty of time. Thank you for the new album, for the new music, and I wish you all the best, and especially with the new streamings, if you're gonna do that, and hopefully we're gonna meet on the road sooner than later.
Yeah,
okay?
we will. Thank you very much.
All right.
Cheers.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Goodbye, man.
Bye.
Bye. So, how are you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
We're okay. We carry on somehow. We try our best to go on in these weird times. It's complicated for touring musicians to stay home all this time. Like, I have to be honest, but at the same time, it's a life that we missed a lot in the last few years, and it's with great pleasure I can stay home with the family, spend more time, like in my place. It's been hard so far because we couldn't meet parents or relatives or stuff like that. But how is that in Holland? Is it a little bit better? You can move, go around, meet relatives or stuff like that.
Well, that's actually since last week that it's kind of getting a little bit, I would say like more loose, and you can meet up again, but it's all with like you need to be take care of it and use your brains and those kinds of things. So it's kind of you just need to watch out and don't do stupid things, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's finally getting better, but I think also with a lot of pressure from the from the people, because everybody is getting crazy at home, so people want to live their life again, but so there's a lot of pressure on the government, I think.
Yeah. You think that you are ready to reopen or not? What's your feeling?
Okay. Actually, I like personally think that this will continue for quite some time, and if not, then that's good news, right? But it's like I don't know, like I have no idea what's gonna happen.
You just like you're trying to reinventing yourself, like doing an album and changing your plans in the end.
Yeah, exactly. I think the world is changing, you know, like in good ways as well. You know, it's always hard to be forced to do, you know, to change and change your routines and stuff. But it also brings possibilities, I think, for new things. Yeah.
How much you miss to ride your bike? You are a motorcycle biker.
Yeah, I do have a bike. Yeah, I actually don't go riding a lot actually because I'm recording an album right now, so I have to stay home.
How much left? How much left for the album?
Well,
So I've seen you did bass already.
Yeah, it's actually only me left. So I've been tracking guitar now for a week, and I think I have one more week to go because there's like a lot of creativity involved as well, and I'm doing actually everything by myself. So you know, like the process takes a bit longer because you've got these creative moments, and then there's just like limited amount of, you know, like feedback options, and it just goes a bit slower. So that's,
the other guys are from there, or you are living in different countries, different areas?
The vocalist lives in London, and yeah, the others live in the Netherlands. Yeah.
So you can, but you cannot gather. I mean, like you could, like for the bass, I saw that you tracked bass together.
Yeah, we tracked bass together indeed, and drums we did in secret because officially the studio wasn't open. So we actually postponed 1.5 months because of the situation. So everything is pushed back a bit, and yeah, but now it's just me here at home alone tracking guitars. Yeah.
How many songs?
13
if you can
songs.
tell.
13. If they
13
all
songs. It's a long album.
Yeah, a decent album. Like it's a first album, so I think, you know, you need to have enough there as well to, you know, play live whenever that's gonna happen.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen you funding the album with a campaign, which was very cool. You are independent artist. You don't have a label. Am I right? Right now, you don't have like any label.
Not yet. Like we're actually looking for a label.
Okay.
But so far, like, you know, we don't know if it's the right time to approach a label, and like we still don't have our full package ready. Like we still need to shoot a music video somehow and stuff like that, like to get, you know, the whole thing together. So we and then approach a label, like if they don't approach us. So basically, yeah, we definitely want to get signed, but it needs to make sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because what I've seen is that you were like doing everything by yourself, like, and you were technically, how to say, investing all this money into the production, you know, and so you're gonna release a music video, and I think it's great for the people that paid, that you got like 13 tracks. Like it's a lot of music. I mean, like for some bands, it's almost 2 albums.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
It's a great way to start, even if you have like a long career already as a guitar player. You played with like very big bands. You are still playing with Mayan, and so you like. But starting from scratch and being supported directly from the people is, I think, it's great when. You offer something, you ask for something like, okay, invest in my project, which is like, you have no idea what is going to happen. And then you give so much. Like, I think it's great for the people from the very beginning. It's the best way to run a band, to me, at least.
Yeah, like it's been great fun. And it was also a bit scary because like we have no music. People go like, just go blindly into it. Like we only had like a super short preview of like, how was it, 30 seconds or something? And yeah, it's just so cool. Like it just shows how passionate metal fans are. like it's like the best community out there. It's super cool. Like it gives such a good feeling, and it's been an absolute blast. Like it's like a great way to start off, and we have a nice budget to do the album very nicely, and to basically get it started. So yeah, it's super nice.
Yeah, that's great, and it's a lot of I don't know if people know, but it's a lot of guitars to track. 13. If you do, like, how many guitars did you do for each song? Like, except like the bonus ones, like only rhythm. Did you do 2 or 4?
4.
4.
4.
Yeah. So make the math. It's a lot of tracks.
Like, and there need to be, because it's 4, it needs to be spot on as well. And then there's indeed like ambience and add-ons and stuff, and like it's like
yeah.
And then actually once I tracked it, then I feel like I'm finally into it, and then I actually kind of want to retrack it, because as well, like, like these songs, we're just like, this is like the first time I'm actually playing them as a whole song, because when you're writing it, you just go through the bits and pieces, and I don't really go back to it. I write very fast. It's like just go, like, write the song in a flow, and it's like now the first time I'm playing through it, and it's awesome. It's like, oh, what did I do here? So you kind of learn your songs, and then track it, and then that's all. But it's really cool though. It's nice.
How much time did it take you? Like, when did you start, like, thinking about this project, and how much time? Like, for example, you had this idea like many years back, or it was like, okay, I want to do something. What was it?
Like I've had my first band when I was 17. I started my first band, Pierce of Pain, and it was like this melodic death metal band, and I always really enjoyed, having your own band, and as a group, as a team, build it together and improve as a band and as a musician and as a, running the band basically. But that was like the first band, and then I started playing with other people and bigger bands, and I really enjoyed that. But I just couldn't really be creative anymore, and I didn't have that feeling of being, involved in, growing the band and stuff like that. And also kind of my musical taste kind of changed as well through time, and I just missed that feeling of like playing, like being super creative, and having, just like kind of like have that 100% passion that I used to have. And at some point, I just started feeling a little bit, unhappy, and that's when I kind of like was jamming on my guitar, and I was playing this song, and I was like, you know what? I just need to do this again. And that actually took a few years before I finally made a decision, or to come at that point and be like now is the time. Started writing some music and figuring, what kind of music, what's the style gonna be, and then finding people. But it was really hard to make time for it if you're, touring a lot and being away from home. And it's kind of like, when I'm on tour, I completely want to enjoy that. And like, I'm not...
You cannot do both things.
I'm not that disciplined. No, like if I'm on tour, I want to have fun, and I want to just, play the shows, have fun with the people, and chill whenever I can chill. And just...
So you're saying actually that we are boring because we always were. We are like grandpas. We are grandpas, like inside.
I think it's definitely different. Like if you tour with your own band and like you're the person like in charge, or as a group, it's of course it's gonna be different. But what I mean is like more like I'm not gonna write music when I'm on tour. I'm just not disciplined enough for that.
Yeah. I'm not disciplined enough for that as well. But sometimes, it's things are bigger than me, and I'm fucked. I still remember a very cool thing that happened. It's like a little anecdote I like to share. Like I have another band, which is a band made with with some friends of mine that play in a band in which I was the singer before starting FLESHGOD, which is called Hour of Penance. And I left the band in 2010, and we didn't do anything together for a long time. So like a couple of years ago, we gathered and we were saying, why don't we do something together, something that we all like, and we started a new band, more or less, which is Coffin Bertha, which is like a very extreme HM2, like old school death metal band, like Entombed, this kind of stuff, like very noisy, very in your face stuff, which is awesome. And at the very beginning, I was supposed to play drums, but after a little bit, I was like, okay, no, I want to play guitar because I don't want to, it's very hard to have like more than a band, and I just didn't want to be to fuck their schedule, like live schedule with mine. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna play guitar, and they asked me, okay, you do the solos, and I was like, okay. So I was in Atlanta on tour with FLESHGOD, and all of a sudden the producer wrote me an email. It's like, okay, we need your solos now. And I was on tour, and I was like, oh, okay, you need my solos? What do you mean? Like, I need your solos. Okay, when I'll be home, I'm going to record the solos. No, you don't understand. I need your solos now because we're going to send the master tomorrow. And I was like, what? So I started tracking in Atlanta, and the day after, I don't even remember when we were. Like I tracked the solos in the bus during the night, and so you see, I'm not disciplined. Sometimes things are bigger than you. You just have to do it, and that's it. It's
or you just forgot about it, or
no. It's like it's one of these bands when everything is totally unorganized, made by Italians. So everything is you have Italians in your bands as well. So it's all chaotic, and all of a sudden, like this guy, I was like, okay, I'm gonna track these solos when I'm also write the solos when I'm gonna be back home. And all of a sudden it came out with this like, okay, you have to give me the stuff tomorrow. It's like, okay, I will try my best, and we made it somehow. And it's very very Slayer-ish, like whammy bar stuff, like of course what you can do and write and record in a night, but still it worked out. The people loved it, and it was fun to do it as well. So I have some questions. A lot like people saying hi, of course, and this was it nice for you to collaborate with Anneke?
With what?
Anneke, I don't know.
Anneke, yeah.
Anneke, sorry, my pronunciation. I only know lekker. From
that's the only thing you have to know, actually. That's the best word there is. Yeah, but working with Anneke is amazing. Like actually, when I started playing with the Gentle Stormer, we had that first rehearsal. I actually never heard her sing before, and then when she started singing, I was like, oh my god, like she's so good. I was blown away, and she's such a lovely human being. Yeah, I think actually the Gentle Storm was like this super special project. Like I will never forget that. Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah.
Cool. And is it how was the experience, and if you're gonna collaborate anytime in the future?
No, that was actually a one-time thing.
Like
it was
one time, like
Arjen Lucassen. I don't know if you know him from Arian, like the rock.
Mm-hmm.
and with Anneke together, that was just like a one album.
Okay, cool. There's some guy from New Zealand. Hi. I don't know what time is in New Zealand right now, but pretty much like some other guys say boa tarde. I guess it's Portuguese or some. I think it's Portuguese. So it has to be Portuguese or Brazilian. I don't know. Let me know. And then Cyrillic. Sorry for that. I cannot read it. But hi. And yeah, it's in Cyrillic, so I have no clue. And so you are now recording the album, and have you any plans to release it? What about releasing this, or like
the initial plan? Like we want to release our first song in September, but it also depends on the label, if we're gonna find a label that wants to work with us, and how long that's take and what their plans is. But we promised an album in February-ish, so. And we just want to release as many songs as we can before that, because that's just super cool to do. So yeah, like we can't wait to share the music, and yeah. So September, hopefully. Who knows?
Okay, cool. Yeah, and do you have plans to go live as well? Of course.
Yeah. Once.
Hopefully, when will we be able? Yeah, of course.
Definitely, like.
So you think you're gonna? Oh, sorry.
No,
I had a little bit of lag.
I'll continue.
Oh no, I said if you think that whatever is gonna happen with the live situation and the booking, you're gonna stick to the plan and release it in some stuff in September. Yeah. No. Yeah. Whatever it happens, you go in this direction.
Like we have a kind of like we spoke about, after, like, what are we gonna do indeed, like if there won't be shows for 4 years, like let's go dark and think the worst. What are we gonna do? And it's like, like there's no doubt that the music, it's changing and a lot, and I think it will be like that. But at the moment, like, it's so hard to make a living out of music, and it's just not like the way it used to be, and it's kind of been very fake since for how long I know that the way it works, basically. And it's just more like music is a way of promoting your band, like your business, because that's what it is. And like, I just really love writing music with the boys, and I think we will just keep doing that. So like our plan, like we just spoke briefly about it, is just like, let's just do a song every month for the next 5 years. Fine, let's do it. Why not? Because because we wrote this album like a year ago, and then it takes like almost 2 years in total to be able to release it. It's just like I don't want to wait that long. Like, and music is like you go on Spotify and you listen to an album and you listen to the next one, and you can see music at the moment. So I think like it's super cool if you can adapt and grow with that, and just not for people to wait for 2 years or longer, but just to be able to share your creations and be creative, because I think that's what we love to do, right? Like, we love touring, love playing shows, but also be creative and share new music.
Yeah. And also, maybe it's gonna, as I said, it's gonna change the way we are gonna release the music. I think that we are more going to releasing, let's say, like EPs or singles and stuff like that. Because this is the this is how it works now, with especially with the streaming, with all the playlists and everything. You know, that's the people are gonna listen to your band in a different way. So more or less, like, I don't know if I like it. Maybe I'm too. Yeah. Do you like it? You like the idea of, because it's weird. It's kind of weird because sometimes I feel like, as you said, when like we released an album, okay, and 2 months after I have a great idea, and I know that great idea has to wait at least 2-3 years before I can release it. So it's frustrating as an artist to not share. But at the same time, I think that giving something that has like a very consistent artistic value, like an album, which is, as you said, 13 songs altogether, makes the album like a really special thing. And also the weight makes it even more special, because you are, you know, like aiming for it. You know, it's the pleasure, it's in the weight. So I don't know, it's a mixed feeling. I don't know. I think that we're gonna adapt as musicians, especially because we have to carry on and pay the bills as well. We're gonna adapt to this new method, let's say, which is releasing like material more often. But still, I have no idea. Maybe I'm just too old inside. I don't know. That's my grandpa soul that pops out, you know.
What I said, but I don't. Maybe you missed it. Or no, I said you're too old.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Always, you know, at first, like, change is always like, oh, like, I don't want to change, like, fuck off, basically. But then, you know, like, once things change, you just go with it, and it's kind of hard to remember how things were, you know. Mm-hmm. At least that's how I feel about it, kind of. But you know, it's you know, like, it's. I kind of think that in general, like the music industry, or like the way it works, is kind of strange anyways, like the way it is right now. So maybe this will be a way to, I don't know, kind of find a better way.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens, what the future brings.
Do you have with FLESHGOD? Like, do you have plans that you want to share with FLESHGOD? Apocalypse.
Yeah, we had the tour postponed to late summer, early fall. The U.S. tour with the quartet. We had this big project that we had to postpone because 1 week before we were supposed to leave, you know, the whole lockdown happened. Especially, it started from here in Europe, so we were the first ones that had issues. So we missed the festival in Mexico, and then the whole tour. So it was a tour we worked a lot on, and we postponed to the late summer. But still, because at the very beginning, you know, it was we didn't know how big and how tough would have been, like what to expect actually from all this situation. And but now my idea is that maybe we're gonna play maybe some shows on the next European tour, and then still we're gonna move the US tour again to the next year. I don't know. I have no clue, because even the bookers have no clue right now. It's chaos total in the whole industry, whatever, you know. So let's say that the plans, like we started this thing for fun, which became something cool, and a lot of people, you know, are enjoying this. But I'm not a TV host. I'm a musician. I want to play. So the next plans are going to be releasing some new music, and and also doing. Probably we are now. We got this new that we will be able to gather with social distancing and everything in a studio. So we're gonna make probably a live streaming concert, which is gonna be weird, but it's gonna be like a studio concert. But we have to see. We have to see. Like as I said, we are old inside, but we have to adapt to young generations and kind of go, in the right direction. Otherwise, we're gonna be fucked, and we're gonna have to change our life completely, like close the quit music, because it is what it is. It's something bigger than us. So
it's always the first market to go down is always the entertainment industry. Always.
Yeah, I agree. And what about doing a live streaming for you guys? Did you talk about this? Like
no, like we never played together as well. Actually, so we actually haven't thought about this at all. I don't think it's that. I don't know. I actually don't know what to say about this. I think like first step for us is releasing music anyways, because and then maybe like when the album comes out and there's still like no shows happening, maybe that would be a very cool thing to do. Yeah.
So you're down to it.
Super strange to perform and no audience there.
Yeah, I have no idea how it can be. I mean, like, if you do like more a studio thing, I guess it's a little bit more intimate situation. Maybe it can work, but I don't know if I would feel like comfortable to be on stage and like give like a regular performance to people. It is a totally different environment, and the fact that you have to perform for a camera is weird. So I have no idea. No, I have let's say optimistic expectation for this, because a lot of people asked. So I know that it's gonna work, like at least for the people, because we didn't have like we were in the middle of the promotion of the new album. So it's but still, it's a compromise, and all the compromise you always have this. Okay, it's cool, but you're not convinced like 100%. At least as an artist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this.
Sorry.
When is this?
We just started discussing this. We have no idea because we don't even know if because the drummer that we have now, Eugene, lives in Vienna. Yeah. So first of all, we have to get this the permission for him to fly here. And after that, we have to check with all the quarantine thing, because it's not that easy. It's not just flying here. It might be that he has to come and wait 14 days or something like that. We still have no idea. So as soon as we have further information and we can plan to do something like that, maybe in June, during June, we will do something like this. But I have no. It's not in the schedule yet. We're just discussing this. So.
But you're Italian, so one big family, right? So 2 weeks barbecue.
Yeah. It's partying all the time.
Right.
Yeah, so. we are pretty lucky that this area is super safe. Yeah. So even for him, if he comes here, it's really, really safe. The north is still a disaster. I spoke with Christina from Lacuna Coil last week. And they are, even if they are trying to reopen, the death toll there is still brutal. Everything, like it's incredible how bad it is there, and it's just like 500 kilometers from here, like 4 hours, 5 hours drive. but it's like another world. It's like war there. And so my hope is that they're gonna lower the restrictions region by region. So my region is fine. So we're gonna have Eugene fly in, no problem, and we can perform and go on working. But still, no idea. Some people are asking about Mayan. What is going on with Mayan?
Mayan, yeah, Mayan is first of all super much fun band to play in, and it's kind of like a band that we play whenever we can, and we have like a nice offer, we will do it. But it's not like a band that's like a main, or like I say, like main, like or like the leading band basically. For your team.
It's like a all-star band.
Yeah, and like it's
all-star Netherlands all-star team.
Yeah, like it's literally one big family, and it's we're with 10 musicians and then crew, and it's just super lovely. And we actually had a few special shows lined up this year, but they will be postponed to next year. Mm-hmm. So
I've seen you perform once before the lockdown. You did one show like I think in the Netherlands, or was it in the Netherlands that you played like 1 week before of the lockdown?
Yeah, we played indeed like that weekend, and then we had 2 more shows the next weekend, but those got cancelled because first Italy got in lockdown and they couldn't travel from Sicily, and then eventually the event got cancelled anyways. Then they've been postponed to October. But I think they are gonna be postponed to next year, I think. Yeah. So and then we had like one festival we couldn't do, unfortunately, but hopefully next year, because it's a really cool festival. So.
Hopefully. Yeah, but I think most of the festival rebooked the same lineup for the next year. So.
Yeah.
What was it? What festival was it?
I don't know if I can actually say it.
Okay, so
don't
mind. Never mind. No problem.
Germany.
Huh?
Somewhere in Germany, wink, wink.
Okay, cool. Super cool. Yeah, I had some questions. Look at this. I have questions like a real host. Like a real Purist of Pain. She talked about Purist of Pain.
Yeah.
Before. You're late. Jan. I just said Purist of Pain.
Purist of Pain. Yeah, it was my first band. Yeah, melodic death metal. And actually we released our final album like 2 years ago or something, which was the first and the last album. Yeah.
So, old story already.
What?
It's an old story already.
It's already an old story. Yeah. Very old.
All right. So, 2 questions. What are your what are the hobbies? What are you doing right now? But you said that you are tracking all the time. So, I don't know what are you doing right now? Like, how do you spend this lockdown time?
You mean like what I used to do before, or what I'm doing now?
Oh, what are you doing now? Because before everyone could do everything. So right now we are confined.
Yeah. Before I used to do CrossFit, and they give me like home workouts, but I'm too lazy for that. I know, but
not for an old man. Like, you want me to have an airtake?
I had like no meat left on my bones because I was so lazy for years. It was just like if the wind blew, I was just flying. Yeah. So no, I needed to do something about that, and I actually really enjoyed it after having muscle pain for weeks and weeks. I really got into it, and it's actually really it was really nice. It's a really nice small gym here, but of course it's now closed. But they're reopening soon with like special workouts, I think. And then I have a motorcycle. I like to hike and travel if I can, as you know.
Yeah.
I really love that. And food, I love food. Like, yeah.
I couldn't tell.
Yeah, no.
I couldn't tell. Yeah.
I know.
I love food, but you can tell because I have a little watermelon here. I'm working out a lot lately because we have more time, but it's very hard to.
Like both is good. If you work out more, you can eat more.
Yeah,
I think
that's true.
It's like how you say, your reward.
Yeah.
So I go home from a workout, open a can of beer.
Yeah.
Right.
You can do it. Yeah. It's party time after that, especially after CrossFit. I think CrossFit helps a lot for performances. Like back in the days when I were very lazy, even if I was playing drums, I felt like shit every time. But like after going back to some physical activity and stuff like that, I felt much better on stage as well. I feel less old.
You feel less.
A little bit less. A little bit.
Yeah.
Just a slight little bit. But yeah.
I played that much since I've started CrossFit. So.
Okay. Merel, do your bandmates, friends give you a fun nickname?
No, I don't think so. No.
They don't. Sorry.
I don't. Sorry.
They're not into this. All right. So I asked to Jonas already. I want to ask you. I've seen you sharing the character. Did you like the character, the design from Happy?
Yeah, I loved it. Yeah, it was super nice. I was like, wow, I'm really impressed by that.
That's super cool. So again, a little bit of promo again for Abby. So her Patreon is patreon.com/AbbyStabbyHeart. So go there and support her. So we are already 2 minutes late. Time flies. Yeah. Sorry. We are late. I don't know. Do you have plans for tonight?
No, I eat.
Yeah.
No, I think I will take the night off. I think. Because I'm getting a bit fuzzy with all the tracking, like a little bit weird.
All right, so it's like free time tonight.
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm gonna chill out.
Yep. Okay, so I just wanna to thank you for this quick chat, and all the time, every time is like, I know, like 40-45 minutes. It's not enough. It's cool, but. It is what it is, and this is the time we have. So thank you very much. And I wanna ask you to if you have like a site or official store where people can purchase merchandise, they can help you, support you. Just it's commercial time.
Oh, it's cool. Oh, wow. Well, first of all, go to FLESHGOD Apocalypse and support them.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my time after that. No worries.
Of course, and I think I don't know. I don't have anything really to want to promote. I think.
So you don't have merchandise, anything?
Yeah.
But you're not ready for that.
Oh, I do. I have a web store. It's merelbechtold.com. I've got some there, and I've got actually a Patreon if you're interested. You can watch Breaking Guitars live in the Facebook group that we have.
All right, so you see, you have something. We still have to live for something. It's it is what it is. Right now we can till 3 months ago, everything was like doing an album, going on tour, make some money, pay the bills, and this was that. Like, right now, it's totally different. We have to find a way to carry on, and so merchandise, official merchandise, and Patreons or whatever are all good instruments to support people.
Because I saw on Spotify as well, like if you're listening to bands that you can donate to them.
Maybe, yeah. I think also the Facebook did this stars thing, which are like they turn into money, something like that. I didn't know how this works very much. But right now, my suggestion, I always say that it's to go to the official stores and purchase merchandise directly from the bands in order to have all the money in like immediately for the bands, and also listen to music, buy music as much as you can, and now that also all the restrictions gonna be lower a little bit, also the shippings and everything are gonna be more regular. So if you want to support metal in general, and that helps us to be here chatting and entertaining you, just go and buy merchandise from the bands you prefer. If you want to support FLESHGOD, you can go to shop.fleshgodapocalypse.com and you can buy t-shirts. We just released shorts, a lot of stuff there. So just go there and support us. So thank you very much. And thank Jonas very much as well for his time. And I have here the list of all the thanks that I have to say. Thanks to Ferro, my piano player, for directing the whole thing. Thanks to Mike from Nuclear Blast. Thanks to Nuclear Blast for supporting us. Thank you for following us. If you liked it and you want to see more, see you next Saturday, of course, but also take a screenshot, the picture or whatever, and you tag yourself and tag FLESHGOD Apocalypse or Saturday Night Lockdown. Yes, what else? I'm not gonna spoiler like last week the next guest, but next week guests are incredible, super cool. So stay tuned. We're gonna announce it early next week. And again, support metal, support all the bands. Thank you very much once again. And hopefully we're gonna meet soon in person again, touring. Last time we met was in 70 Tons. It was great. So
I think Grass Pop maybe even.
Oh, maybe Grass Pop. Yeah, I don't know. I'm old. Short memory, remember. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, people. See you next Saturday, 6 p.m. Central European Time. Same channels. Saturday Night Lockdown. Ciao.